Apex 15X Hybrid, 2,935 pounds here at Haylett RV of Coldwater, Michigan. And this is an adorable little sweetheart of a trailer. Potentially minivan towable, though I'd prefer you had a 3,500 pound tow capacity instead of the common 3,000 pound. And that's a whole nother conversation. If you're not sure what your vehicle can handle, give us a call. We know. I mean, this is what we do for a living. That's why we also have towing vehicles here. We do hitching, parts, pieces, financing, trades, everything. So if you find this video useful, you can make this a very simple, easy, one-stop shop experience for you at our dealership. And I leave you a link down in the video description for you YouTube type folks at home or on your phones or on the go or whatever to see what we have in stock, how much we're asking, things like tank capacities and links and all that good stuff. There's a lot of really cool, subtle, but awesome things going on with Apex trailers, and it's something I like about them. For instance, you see this LED lighting below the awning, that cool neon blue. Well, they have the same lights in the outside speakers. I just failed to turn them on. And during the day, doesn't seem terribly impressive, but this is what they do at night. This was the middle of the night. I saw a couple Apexes lined up at a place, and I stamped that photo. Look how it glows at night. Everything lights up in the vicinity. It's terribly impressive. So it has a very cool, fun, late night experience. And the color on that awning looks really good in contrast with the skin package. They've got a very good, clean, consistent look about them. That's part of the late 2017 update that they had here, is they've upgraded the whole exterior decal and graphics package, and it looks three-dimensional and awesome, and the trailer sort of looks like it's moving when it's sitting still, and I'm very impressed with that. But Apex, what's nice, thankfully, is they go far, far deeper than just skin deep. It's actually the guts of this product that make me respect it the most. This little Nano series here, I think that there's other great trailers, but I think on these single axle narrow body things, I think you are very hard pressed to do any better than Apex. They are absolute rock solid built, with so many smart little detail features, and I think you're going to see it as we go through. For instance, instead of a rear bumper mounted spare tire, they have a tongue mounted spare tire. If you've seen anything or know anything about trailer weight distribution and anti-sway methods, you know that weight up front is better than weight in the back. That helps keep this thing from wiggling, because they know people are going to push their tow capacity. Someone's going to buy this that has that 3,000 pound rated minivan, and frankly, you're over towing already if you do, but someone's going to do it. So they've gone to the extents that they could to try to minimize the danger factor for that customer. A lot of these narrow body little campers have window, like at your house you call it like a window mounted air conditioner. This has a full size 13,500 roof mounted AC, so you're getting better cooling capacity. Some of these little campers don't have tinted windows like the Apex does, so Apex is giving you more privacy, and it's keeping the RV cooler inside by knocking down that solar radiation. Little detail stuff like just the better bumper end caps. This is, again, these are these little indicators I've learned to look for over the years. These things tend to stay in the bumpers instead of vibrating out when you go down the road. I like the little detail things, like the fact that this is all C-channeled in place. You don't have to like pull all this canvas material out like a pop-up and wrestle with it. It's just, it's simple, it's easy, that's the whole point. This is supposed to be simple, easy camping. So this is called a 15X. It's got about a 15-foot box. I haven't checked the hard specs on it. When it's opened at the campsite, it's probably closer to 23 feet camping length, but that's what's cool. You get a 23-foot camper and a 15-foot super easy towable box. That's where this product shines and excels. That's where this product is unbeaten. In this class, you usually get single steps. You're getting doubles here. And it's those extra little things they do to add up. Like the fact that they have a larger baggage compartment door here than similar models from other brands. So you can actually get in here. This is the storage under the sofa. Most brands, this is all you get for outside storage. But Coachmen has been around for over 50 years. And they know that you need pass-through storage. And don't get me wrong, this is not the biggest giant compartment you've ever seen in the world. But it's better than nothing. They gave you good storage here where other brands don't. That's what's nice about this. You know, they're adding extra stuff the other brands aren't. They have front and rear scissor jacks instead of just rears. A lot of these single axle little campers have rear stabilizers only. Most little campers don't have an anti-wind slam door strut on here, which also helps keeps the kids from flinging the door open and smacking it into the side of the trailer as well. It's all these extra little things they put in, such as the waterproof sealed edge countertops. Your bathroom countertop, your kitchen countertop, your tabletop on your dinette over there, they're all pressed membrane and sealed edges. So if we're splashing water here, if we're splashing water there, if we spill a drink over there, it's okay. It's a mess, but you can clean it up with no damage to your trailer. That's the benefit here. This is not the cheaper product. This is a nicer thing. Now, a lot of little campers don't always have 2-bowl sinks like this. And they went with a 60-40 sink because if you are dry camping, meaning you're not hooked up to like park water and stuff, you're going to want to use the little sink so that you sip off your freshwater tank and not the big one. They understand that people who buy Apex Nanos tend to go off the beaten path. Now, here's another best-in-class thing. Their tank capacities, freshwater, gray water, black water, 30 gallons, 30 gallons, 30 gallons all day long. They're 30, 30, 30s. There's nobody else matching their tank capacities at this size. This is double the industry standard tank capacities in this floor plan. That is very, very, very cool. This is a fully laminated roof. The whole product is aluminum skeleton, by the way. The roof is laminated and has a nice little 2-inch arch, which nothing else in this class is matching that. That gives you that extra breathe. Like, I'm a tall guy. I can walk around in here and I can feel very comfortable. Like, I can walk right under the air conditioner. And normally I wouldn't be able to do that. But that extra 2 inches gives me just enough clearance to do that. That's the nice little things about Apexes. It's those little subtle touches. For instance, they have an app-enabled radio. You can download the J Control app, J-Control. That's your Jensen Control app. You can basically control this with your phone as though your phone were a Bluetooth remote control. So this is Bluetooth, it's your stereo, inside, outside, all kinds of good fun stuff. You do have a little TV shelf up here. The entertainment center, I guess you'd call it, in this little camper is very minimal because this is a small camper. It's probably for people who are going to go outside. Now, here's another thing. Big window across from a big window and a pretty fair-sized kitchen breeze window. They've put the biggest windows they really could in this little camper to give you light, to give you airflow. You're going to want those things. This is also carpetless and easy cleaning. That's another nice benefit. A lot of little campers like this don't have the full folding sofa. They just have a bench here with a couple cushions on the back. It's detail stuff that separates them. Here's another nice little detail. Most of these little hybrids don't come with the bunk and fan lights. Apexes do. So where others don't, Apex does. That's kind of the whole message that I'm sending here. This is neat too. This little cushion folds up out of the way. And remember that front pass-through storage I was telling you about? You can even access it from inside. So there's no like hard way to get to that storage. This is always simple, easy, and when you don't need it, it's gone. It just hides right away. Now, when I come back over here, I glanced for a second, and I went, oh my gosh, these silly fools forgot the microwave. And then I started looking around and I realized, oh no, they put it down in the smartest place possible. And for a minute here, I'm cursing them. Then I realized that they're actually just ahead of the game. People don't use ovens in a little camper like this because you don't want that kind of heat smoking you out of the trailer. But a microwave down here where the kids can get to it and make themselves a little bowl of soup or something like that, that's awesome. That's the kind of stuff the other brands aren't giving you. And that just means that we have extra overhead cabinet storage. You know what you never get enough of in any camper is storage. But it's nice to try, isn't it? Now here's another nice thing. Not every brand has an extra vent right here. And the ones that do, usually it's not a power vent, but they include the little power fan here. It's not a giant fan, but combined with the fan in the bathroom, you're going to have some nice airflow going through this thing, even when you don't want to run the air conditioner. Cabinetry is all pocket screwed together. It's not stapled, so this stuff's going to hold together. The whole idea is that this thing is going to have some excellent long-term longevity. And look at the neat tidiness, the fit and finish of their cabinetry. There's no gaps anywhere. It is so seamless, even on this radius. That is a really hard thing to try to build for, because one guy builds this, and this comes from a different place, and they have to marry together, and it's flawless. It's absolutely flawless. 5 cubic foot fridge and freezer, but and people don't realize these things do have a nice little freezer pocket in here. It's not huge, but this is a weekend camper. It's enough to put some popsicles or something in there, keep your ice cream, from melting. Under the big sink, they left big storage. They didn't waste an ounce of that. And under the microwave, there's additional storage because they didn't have to worry about oven plumbing. It's so smart, the cascade effect that goes on there. Their bunk mats are also thicker than I usually see. It's the same company, this little, Comfort Bunk series. It sounds like something you read, like, This Week in Home and Garden, the Comfort Bunk series. But, you know, companies have good, better, and best type materials. This is thicker than what you usually find out there. It's just nice to have that extra cushion up there. The bathroom, not giant, but sufficient. I mean, you got a foot flush stool and it's mounted on an angle so that you do have leg room. There's enough space here I can get out of the shower and actually get dressed. Remember, that's a sealed edge waterproof countertop. And they're giving you both a skylight and a vent fan in here. And they're venting the bathroom with this door slot right here. This is purpose built, not all the way up to the roof, for air to be able to pull into there. Remember, you have an exhaust fan in there, so air is going to flow in, not out. I had someone say, yeah, with this here, aren't you going to run into a stinky situation? And the answer is no, because the air goes in, not out. Now, let's talk one other thing here. We talked about the windows, but lighting. It's a dreary, drab day outside. It's nice and bright in this camper. That's because they are not shy with their LED lights, and they do a bang-up job in here. They've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 right here in this living room. You're lucky to get 3 lights in the equivalent floor plan from most other brands. Plus, we haven't even fired up the bunk-in fan lights, you know. They've done such a great job in this. I'm really impressed with this product. My favorite part about it, I just flipped those speaker lights on so you get a view of that. My favorite part about this product, though, is how hands-off it's been. And by that, I mean that when we sell one, it stays in your driveway. The only reason we've had an Apex come back to date is for a winterization. That's incredible. Now, I've had someone criticize me lately, say, well, you've said things like that on a couple brands recently. That's because we've been doing this since 1989, and we've really weeded out the brands that are performing very well. There are things that, you know, there's an acceptable level, and there's good and better, and this is definitely at that better or best category. They are built to perform. They're built to go out and enjoy. That's what I like about these. The hardest part about an Apex is we don't get them back on trade, because people are so happy with them. What Apex tends to be is this is the trailer somebody buys to use with the family for like 10 years until after 10 years they're done with it and they've had a hands-free, very easy experience before they upgrade to that final mom and pop couples coach. And they have been fantastic. When the very rare instance I get an Apex on trade, it's gone in a week. People just, they know, they see those, they hear people talk about them in the campgrounds, and they know it's not a problem. So the whole point here is to go out and have fun and have a good time. Not have to worry about calling a service center for repairs. If that idea sounds good to you, then you're looking at the right product. And maybe I'm biased, but I happen to think you're looking at the right dealership. And maybe I'm biased, but right now I think you happen to be looking at a pretty handsome guy. Not really. Anyway, moving on. Give us a call, 800-256-5196. Haylett RV of Coldwater, Michigan. Take care, stay safe, have fun. Happy camping, everyone. Wow!